Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Weldon Oval. We apologise for the delay in the broadcast this afternoon, but we're here to watch the grand final replay between the Warringah Club and Pennant Hills. And the update here is it's been all Warringah in this first quarter so far. And we'll just get a double check of the score. 4 goals, 1 leaves Pennant Hills just the 2 behind. So a fantastic start to the game for the local side. And we'll get a little bit more information in that as we go along the afternoon. But joining me up here, perched above Weldon Oval, Matt Graham from the AFL Sydney League. And Matt, you've had your eyes across the game so far. It's been a dominant display by the Warringah side.
Yes, Craig, thanks for having me. It certainly has been. They've dominated in all areas. They've got a strong forward line. As it goes in, Braden Fowler, a new recruit's kicked one. Connor Pedersen pushed up through the midfield and kicked the first goal of the game. So, yeah, brilliant start by them.
And you may have picked up, we've not referred to them as the Warringah Wolves this afternoon. Of course, the big news in the off-season for the Warringah club was the change of moniker. It's now Warringah Giants playing out here at Weldon Oval. So a bit more information as the afternoon goes of that, but it's a big change to the club and certainly a step into the future for the local side as the Pennant Hills Demons now working the ball down the far side and having some trouble just getting their hands on the pill at the moment as the ball goes over the boundary line, and we'll have a boundary throw in far side here at Weldon Oval.
Hey, Matty, it's not coming through.
Boundary throw in far side.
Not receiving it.
Free kick goes to the Wolves. Sorry, the Giants. I'm going to do that a couple of times this afternoon. 2-on-1 contest, and the Pennant Hills defender able to get the ball over the boundary line. Boundary throw in far side. Widmer in the ruck for the Demons. In fact, the ball comes short. We'll have another throw in there. So come back through the centre. Plenty of players around this ball at the moment. So yeah, just a few technical issues this afternoon here coming out of Weldon Oval, but looks like we're up on the air at the moment. After a flurry of goals at the start, Pennant Hills seem to have just stemmed the flow a little bit at the moment, but just can't seem to get the ball going forward. Big third man up. Second run contest, essentially. And now looks like Manly side going to be that, although there's a free kick there, holding the ball. A little bit of a let-off for the Demons. It's again down this far side of Weldon Oval. Adiri Wikrama is in there. And once again, the ball over the boundary line. The umpire says throw it in.
It's a good in for the Demons this week. Adiri Wikrama was in a cricket grand final last week, so missed out.
Geez, it's hard being talented, isn't it, Matty?
Oh, very.
You know all about that. And again, the Giants coming forward. It's going to take some time to get used to. Of course, this is a prelude of the Giants v Demons this afternoon. As we get to spot the stadium tomorrow afternoon to see the AFL sides take battle. It should be a ding-dong battle as well. 14 minutes into this first quarter, and it's the Manly side by 23 points. They've started this game with absolutely on fire. We saw earlier the flag being unfurled here at Weldon Oval, of course. Manly taking out the 2013 Premiership. And the fire must be in the belly for the Pennant Hills side to try and a little bit right that wrong that may have happened in 2013 as he's wrapped up now. I think it's Delaquila with the ball. In fact, no, it's not. It's Campbell. I think I've got that wrong again.
Timmy Schooler, I think.
Boundary throw in. Ball just perched on this far wing at the moment. Once again, just wrapped up tight. We'll have another throw up. Frank Kolosic there wearing the orange this afternoon, joined by Luke Turner out there in the umpire fraternity. Some experience in that side. Frank's found a free kick here. His first chance, really, for a long time. Pennant Hills go inside 50. Couldn't quite find the target. I think Nixon was the target there for the Demons. And once again, we'll have a boundary throw in. Comes away. The Giants trying to push this through. In there is Zickman for the Demons. He's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will have no choice. Beautiful day here at Weldon Oval. We did start the week feeling there was going to be a bit of moisture in the air, but the clouds have cleared and the game's actually being played under fairly hot, sticky conditions. Right there, trying to force a bit of contact. Unfortunately, the only contact he was he kicking the player and the man on the mark, wrapped up in the tackle. And in there, that was Pearson. And the umpire says he's been wronged, and the kick will go to the Giants. Pearson with it. Once again, down the line. Right flies, can't bring it down, goes way too early. At the back of the pack there was Shepherd. The handball comes off. What can they do now? Dairywick run with the ball, just boots it long, trying to get the ball going forward. One-on-one contest, good pick up there. That was Preen. Kicked a bag of goals last week, did Preen. Fortunately, the Demons not troubling the scorers in terms of goals so far. The ball's going over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Been a flurry of goals, Matty, but scrappy for the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's probably typical of Manly's play, just pressure all the time, not giving their opponents any chance to clear the ball.
It's almost like they decided when the cameras would come on, we're going to play dirty and play ugly. And they've got a free kick here now. The Giants streaming through the middle. They go forward, looking for Fowler. Can't bring it in the shadows there of the trees here on the outer side. And once again, we'll have a boundary throw. And she's the boundary umpire on the far side. Matty is earning his dollars today.
Yeah, he certainly is.
He's already showing it, just lumbering a little bit to this throw. Come in, just over 17 minutes played in this first quarter. The ball comes down. There was Hare. Handball's back. A bit of a mechanical kick there, and kicked in the mark. Wright doing his best to get involved. In the shadows. Another one wrapped up. This one, umpire will have a close look at it, too high, and the free kick will go to Pennant Hills. Must have been a high fend. Go through the middle. A little bit of space opens up. Delaquila puts it out in front. Oh, just waited for it there. That was done, and he was done by the bounce. Inside they go, the Giants on the rebound. Turning it around. This here is Robertson, the captain. Goes around one, throws it on the right boot, gets it through the middle. That's a brilliant goal by the captain. And Manly Warringah have got another one on the board.
Well, we saw plenty of that last year. He got under the guard of a lot of clubs pushing forward and kicking plenty of goals. I think he kicked 40-odd goals last year through the midfield.
He was certainly one of their best in the 2013 season, and he hasn't worried about starting slow in 2014. He's got another one on the board. That goes out to 5 goals. The margin, 29 points in this first quarter. And, well, it's a bit reminiscent of our grand final replay of last night, Matty.
Certainly is. The Hawks last night, very impressive, and Manly have started in the same way. Hopefully for our sake it'll tighten up for a bit of a closer game than what last night finished.
Back in the middle. Manly Warringah, the Giants by 29. And again, kick out of the centre. They've got the free kick now. Get a downfield free kick here too. That was Pearson again. The ball, 35 is Atkinson. And his kick is taken, and it's that man again, Fowler. So looking very dangerous.
A very handy recruit for the Giants this year. Braden comes from the Casey Scorpions down in the VFL. So very handy up forward, obviously. Kicked a few last week, and he's already kicked one this week.
It's testament to some of the work that the Sydney AFL clubs are doing now, trying to attract that premium talent from interstate just to bolster their ranks. And looks like the Giants have got one here in Fowler. His kick from deep in the shadows just goes across goal, but the mark's been taken.
Well, his partner in crime, Hayden Washington.
So that's an effective dish off. It's a fouler. Won't go to onto the scoreboard as a shot on goal. Washington was so good in that grand final of 2013. Swings around now, inside on the left boot. Don't think he's done enough work, and he hasn't. Just the minor score, 5 goals, 2. Leads just the 2 behinds. Just said, difficult conditions out here as it's turned out. Hot, sun's coming out, there's plenty of sting in it. It's early season football where we thought we might have been playing under the cover of storms and wet weather. I must say, Weldon looking an absolute treat this start part of the season. Just a little bit of dirt through the centre, but you can be expected with cricket pitches. As Pennant Hills go forward again, Carey, haven't seen much of him this afternoon. With his numbers there on Halder, in through the bushes now. As they swing it back to the middle, lurking, Adiri Wikrama flies, couldn't bring it down, applies the tackle, he's in there amongst everything. Now they go again, the Giants. They've got numbers through the middle. Atkinson, I think it is. There's a free kick being given. It's holding off the ball. And it'll go to Pennant Hills in the form of Lloyd Shepherd. Shepherd now trying to go forward. Just goes on the outside, looking for the mark. Couldn't bring it down. In there again is Carey. Good work there initially by James Dunn. Umpire's seen something here. It'll be a Giants free kick.
I think he fell into the back of him as he went down there, James Dunn.
Nothing going right at the moment for the Demons. They come down. Rare venture down the far side. Umpire's seen something here. It's going to be a free kick to Pennant Hills. It's going to go to Adam Nixon. Nixon. There's a look now. Looking there. The fly from, I think it's Widmer. It is Teddy Widmer. And we're just in behind the trees. And we'll have a boundary throw in. As they like to do, Pennant Hills, just have that loose man, and no prizes for guessing who that is. Kieran Wright across half back. Coming forward now. Good work there from Smith. Gets the handball off. Had to. He's being tackled. Bunkle. Handball's outside. Now it goes there into Johnston. His kick on the far side just chopped off by that man, Kieran Wright, and you need to be aware of that. Right now. Goes direct. Looking for Carey. Couldn't bring it in. And they have another little shot on goal, but just dribbles over for a minor score. But better signs for the Demons, Matt.
Certainly is. Stitched me up there.
I might have just caught you off guard. Thought I'd throw to you, and I looked up and you were deep in serious work. As the ball comes back in, coming back. Oh, Adiri Wikrama claims he touched that, but his pleas were not held. Short. As the Giants just try and work the ball down the far side. Johnson now comes inside looking for Brain. This is James Brain. Another short kick through the middle. They've worked this well out of defence. They're a tight unit. We saw that last year's grand final, the Giants. And a good tackle applied. It was Nixon that's applied the tackle. The umpire will come in and ball this up. Zickman coming on for the Demons.
I mentioned James Brain before, another big recruit for the Giants, for 2014. Comes direct from the Sandful. So, yeah, obviously going to have a real impact in the Sydney competition.
This is Pearson, the big man. Originally listed in 43, but they've obviously found a smaller number that fit. He's going to kick from right on the 50-metre line. Shot on goal. It's a free kick in the ruck contest. Oh, very high drop. The ball there. It was straight from the ruckman's kicking manual. And the ball has trickled over the boundary line. We'll have a boundary throw in. Good crowd down here at Weldon Oval. Beautiful day for a bit of footy. And the ball comes in. Washington in the ruck. We'll be doing the ruck work, it looks like, in the forward line. Good all. Staunch for the Demons, looking for Adiri Wikrama. Has to track back. 2-on-1. He's outnumbered. Now it's Stroud. Stroud with the kick inside 50. Might go all the way. Got the distance. Just offline. 5 goals, 3 now, the Wolves. I think we've had 1 goal in the last 10 or so minutes, Matt, after a blistering opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, the Giants went bang, bang, bang really quickly, but the Demons have settled. Still struggling to apply some scoreboard pressure, but great mark there from James Dunn.
Do you think they might have come in thinking we're going to play our own game, we're going to do it our way, and they've 50-metre penalties applied here, so this will be a shot on goal from this spot.
Within range for James Dunn, a Sydney Swans Academy player who plays a lot of NEFL top-ups with the Swans. Best on ground last week against Sydney Hills Eagles. And I think still eligible for their under-19, so big future ahead for him.
James Dunn.
Important kick.
They need this, the Demons. This doesn't take Nostradamus to work that out, but they need to get themselves on the board. And this would be the way to do it. Kick comes off, the siren sounds. It hasn't got the legs, or has it?
Did that get
It might have gone through. In fact, it's touched, so Wilbur score is a minus score. Jeez, there was a close one there in terms of going all the way. But in the end, as we go into quarter time, the Wolves are right in charge of this one as they lead by 29 points. It's the Manly Warringah Giants. I've said it myself.
Well done.
5 goals, 3-33, leading Pennant Hill 0-4. Just the 4 behinds. We'll take a short break. Just settle ourselves up here, try and work out some of the little gremlins in the system, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time with all the action from the second quarter.
How are you? Sorry. How's the boy wonder? months been don't even do it. If I had this and it was safe ground, I'd go and do it on Monday. The commentating's okay. Yeah, my ex physio, little Chrissy.
Oh yeah.
She works in Melbourne now. Yeah. And she says, I'm not getting it. But it's good then because people can pick it up, isn't it? Yeah. So at least you've got one person. Yeah, here you go, girls.
His last 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks. Yeah, exactly. Players after.
I've got plenty of ice and stuff. Yeah, if you want to, just give me a yell.
So welcome back to Weldon Oval for this round 2 AFL Sydney clash between the Manly Warringah Giants and the Pennant Hills Demons. And the story so far was a blistering start by the local side, Manly Warringah, and they lead by 30 points as we head into the second quarter. And the Demons, well, they'll just be wanting to get a little bit of composure about their game, try and bridge this gap, and say that scoreboard pressure is the best kind of pressure you can apply. Right now, that's all on the Demons. Second ball up, trying to invent something there. Oh, some good hit there. I think that's in there for the Demons was good all. Unfortunately, the turnover. And they go forward again, the Giants. The kick just offline, looking there for Washington. And the ball goes over the boundary line.
Lloyd Shepherd there, shepherds it over. No pun
Like
intended.
like your work. On fire early, Matty.
These we're talking about key ins for both sides. Lloyd Shepherd's a big one for the Demons. Returns from Country New South Wales, I think. Former Country New South Wales reps player. And I've been told by Pennant Hills former president, his favourite player at the club. So fairly big raps on him, and he's in good form already from last week.
They just seem to do it every year, don't they, the Demons? They are one of the premier sides of the AFL Sydney competition, and just when you think they might have had a few losses, some retirements and that sort of stuff, they just keep finding them. In this case, Lloyd Shepherd returning to what he obviously believes is a good club in Sydney as the Giants again. This is Atkinson, runs in, has a shot on goal. Has it got the distance? It has. Gone straight through the middle. And Atkinson gets on the board for the Manly Warringah, so they start where they left off. Another goal on the board. And pressure now, wholly and solely on the Demons.
Atkinson obviously enjoying his move across from UTS last year. Was a key player for them in their Premier Division squad and moved back across to Manly. So another big in for Manly.
Yeah, they really surprised everybody last year when they came into the side and really answered that question of the gap between the lower division football and the Premier Division football. It ain't as big as some would like to make it out to be. And they certainly proved that in spades last year. Manly Warringah taking out the premiership after promotion in the same year. They go forward again. They're just harder at the ball on the ground at the moment, the Giants. They push forward, touch ball, right. Almost could have got a free kick there for holding the men. Maybe didn't take possession. And Wales, it is, tries to get a little kick out. And it's turned over again. Another shot on goal here for the Giants. And just offline. 6-6 plays just the fall behinds. The Demons yet to score a goal.
Yeah, Pedersen will be disappointed with that one. He had time. Kicked the first goal of the game. I would say he is a real chance at field medal this year. Came back for the back half of last year, but in for a full season. He'll be a vote getter, no doubt at all.
So the Phelan medal decided on this very ground last year with the last game of the season, or the regular season.
That's right, yes.
Tyrone Armitage picked up 3 votes to win by 1, I think it was, or maybe 2.
Yeah,
By the
one
way,
vote.
he was behind going into the last round. Not playing today, which is, well, in light of the current score, Big Martin almost taken out by his own player. As they go forward, the Demons, a good chance now to get some scores on the board. Falls to the back of the pack. Pushing back there is Kosh. And he will track it back and look for the boundary line. In fact, he tries to get it back in. It's now in the arms of Carey. He's tackled out of it, and the umpire says, holding the ball. Wow.
Ooh, tough call there by Mr. Turner.
Sort of didn't really land in his arms. Much more before he was tackled to the ground. They go forward, the Giants. Good, strong contested mark there by Kilpatrick as they kick forward, looking in the way of Bescheida, and the ball goes over the boundary line. Hard to see over there, Matty, in those just that fringe of shadow that hugs the boundary line here. We'll do our best.
You mentioned Tyrone Armitage being out today. I'm sure over the next few weeks we'll hear a bit more as to the reasons behind that, which is very good news for Sydney footy.
I know what you're talking about there. And we'll be watching with much interest. The ball goes over the boundary line again. Far side. Widmer in the ruck for the Demons. Up against Brassel. Widmer, the bigger body, but Brassel able to tap the ball back into the scoring corridor. Wales tracks it back though. Ugly looking kick going forward, but it might just find Diriwick Rama, and couldn't bring it down the second bound. Unlikely, that uncharacteristic for Diriwick Rama, the second grab, but he's back on it again now. Goes one way, goes the other, shows a little bit of class. Turns back inside looking for a teammate, couldn't get there. And the Giants have got plenty of numbers back. And they're under a little bit of pressure at the moment. What can they absorb? And coming through, hard to see. And now they push forward again, although Diriwick Rama in the path of this can't quite track it back. This is going to be a foot race here. Nixon goes one way, goes the other, goes backwards to go forward. It's could have been a free kick, and is. It's against Levi Brain. Likes to go on with it, but Pennant Hills keen to get it through the middle. Widmer with the mark. Got runners on the far side. Spots up a teammate in the form of Irwin. Irwin goes forward, Wright's pushed forward. Has to take it and kick it, and the umpire said it's out of bounds. In fact, there's a free kick.
Push in the back, I think. This is almost within range for Wright.
So the same thing, he can kick this, but he just decides to go, well, he's
good.
What's gone on there?
Well, touched, was it?
I think he's kicked it short, but it's been smothered by the man on the mark. I mean, the kick didn't look like it was going to go more than 10 metres anyway. It's very uncharacteristic, one of Kieran Wright and two of the Demons side. And this well-drilled Manly Warringah club push it forward, but chopped off. Good mark taken. James Dunn. So it just pulls the kick and spots up nicely.
Lovely.
Very good. He's found Thomas Edmonds, and he should go back, give his side every chance to slot this through for a goal. And he hands it off. Well, I don't know what's going on at the moment, because that's very kickable. It's almost like they're trying to do too much at the moment, Matty.
Yeah, all they need is just to settle, kick that first goal, and then hopefully it'll continue. I think there's a bit of a breeze heading towards their scoring end, so that first goal is vital at this stage.
Comes back, plenty of numbers around this. Chopped out of the air by Edmonds again. Throws it on the right, left boot, going forward. And claiming the free kick. The umpire's going to have a look at it. And he's going to give the free kick. It's going to go to Kosh. In fact, no, it will go to Kosh, but he's got to come back. Although he did walk behind the mark, so...
I think the umpire may have had a bit of doubt as to whose kick it was.
Washington in the area. Oh, big fly. Couldn't bring it down. The umpire's going to call a free kick here. Don't take that out of our game, Frankie. Wow.
We've seen one screamer this year already. The bar's been set, and I think they're up for the challenge.
I thought we were going to see another one there. Kilpatrick goes forward. That's beautiful ball movement. He's found Levi Brain, and Brain goes back on the right-hand side. Just wants to go short. And the kick's a good one in the end, and you can make up your own mind as to who it is.
It's Braden Fowler.
There we go.
He's gone the
got a better
banana,
angle on it.
and he's kicked it from outside the boundary. That is beautiful from Fowler.
Wow. Well, just another example there, Matt. There was 2 shots on goal that we thought were kickable by the Demons, and in both occasions they turned it over through probably just poor decision making. And the Giants have just gone bang, bang, bang. And Fowler's finished it off with a beautiful banana shot. He was almost down in the creek that runs beside Weldon Oval when he kicked it. And he slotted it through, and the margin now out to 44 points.
He was very close to the boundary. I think he kicked pretty quickly just in case the boundary umpire was going to call it out of bounds on the full. But
well, it's not a bad tactic because it was such quick ball movement. The boundary umpire was probably still beyond the halfway mark. And the ball's up there. Either way, we're back in the middle. Pennant Hills with it all in front of them, pushing through there. Good work by Cam Smith. Pushes forward, but they're as tight as a unit in the back line, Manly Warringah. Kosh. In fact, not Kosh, it's Patterson in there. And the umpire's seen a free kick.
there's the Moratis, Theo Moratis, who made his Premier Division debut last weekend. And was named amongst the best and deservedly keeps his spot. And he gets a chance to kick his first Premier Division goal now.
Well, he's a good chance to kick his first. It'll be the Pennant Hills Demons first for the afternoon. And at the nearly 10-minute mark of the second quarter, it is here and now for Moratis. Moratis now. Measured approach. Umpire does a little bit of work, does too much work, kicks it to the right-hand side. Another behind. 5 behind straight. Pennant Hills and yet to kick a major. And take nothing away from the Manly Warringah Giants. They have really been a tight unit. We saw that in the grand final last year. Their back half was probably what won them the grand final, and a few shades of brilliance up forward. But they are a solid unit in defence, well disciplined, and it's showing again today in only the second game of the season.
You talk about a tight unit. A lot of these boys have been together for 4, 5, 6 years, and some through their juniors as well, and it really shows out on the field.
Good all with a quick kick, but here once again it's the Giants through Lynch. Now they come out 2 on 1, and some good work there. Lloyd Shepherd attacking the football and ensure that the ball stayed in their attacking half. Quick throw in. And the ball files over the back. Now in the arms of Kosh. Umpire's seen a free kick though. It's going to go back and it'll be Giants free kick. Nothing much to kick to at the moment. He'll have to go down the line. He goes very short and finds a player in the form of Atkinson. Atkinson's kick is smothered off the boot. They'll have to work it out now quickly. They just seem to have runners, and here's another one. Kilpatrick goes back inside. Little kick in. Good kick.
Great football.
Even under pressure, they just seem to have time. Johnson leans back, kicks forward, and just turns over. Just needed to take a little bit more time with his kick there. Kicking off one step going forward.
Again, they don't have much to go to. The switch is on, though.
Here with the kick out. It's Widmer out there again. Down the line.
You can't miss those targets.
And especially the ones that are in plenty of space. The turnover comes. Giants on the rebound, and they've found a player on his own. Wants to move it quickly. Does so now.
Stroud.
Shot on go from Stroud. Low kick, and it's chopped off. Hare it was. I'd say well positioned, but I think he's could have been better pushing back on his man. He does again. Second effort forward. They've got it moving forward now, the Demons. And they've turned it over again at half back. This one is Bushida, I think, with the kick inside. And a good mark taken there by Atkinson. And he will go back and have another shot on goal. So the Demons really surprising me at the moment with their sort of lack of structure and a few decisions being made that very undemon-like. Atkinson. Oh, ugly kick off the boot. Won't have anywhere near the distance and accuracy. He's got the Quinella and it's out of bounds with a boundary throw in.
It is surprising. I saw Pennant Hills last week, and they were, while they sort of cruised along in third gear, they were very slick against the Hills Eagles, who did look better than last year. So, yeah, interesting times.
Smith goes looking for Goodall, finds him. His kick, scrubby one along the line, just nothing to kick to. Tracking it back there is Brassel. Turns, put it back from where it came. Get under that and play fair. There'll be a free kick against Barnes, I think it is. Just indiscriminately jumped into the pack. And the Giants again, up and under. Another one flies, comes down to ground. Pushing back there was Smith. And he's got a player here under pressure. Angel does very well. Moves the ball on quickly. They were going to pursue that. They need to find targets, and they do so on this occasion. They've found Moratis. Moratis goes inside. Good kick. Now he's found Hare. They need to maintain possession. Hare with the ball. Needs to get inside 50. Adiri Wigrama on the lead. Has to double back now. They go short. This is Zickman. Zickman now drives them in, looking for a player. And a good kick in the end. That was just more composure going forward. And it's Angel who has pushed forward. And Harry Angel will take a shot on goal. And the Demons need this one. It's good work by the Demons. They didn't panic on that occasion, Matty. They just worked the ball well and found targets.
Yeah, initially I thought...
And Angel's kick is a shocker. Sorry, mate.
Okay, right. Initially I thought they may have held it up too long as the Giants, I said the Wolves again, have flooded back, but beautiful kick from Zickman to find a target, but disappointing finish.
We must make mention also that the Manly Warringah Giants, the new jumpers haven't arrived just yet. They will be changing... They won't be changing the colours, I believe, but they'll be changing the emblem, and they will carry the big G.
Big G, majority of the maroon, the lovely maroon that they wear, and a bit of grey as well. But
I like that. I like the fact that they've maintained their identity there. But as they said themselves, a once in a lifetime opportunity to form an alliance with an AFL football club. That being the GWS Giants. So another opportunity squandered by the Demons. And they're a very real possibility of going into the halftime break without scoring a goal. And I see you've got the annals of the Sydney AFL sitting there at your feet, Matt. You'll be looking through those to find out the last time Pennant Hills haven't scored a goal before halftime.
I would suspect it's been a very long time.
Wales to Angel.
Considering the silky skills they've got.
Adiri Wigrama has to beat three. Doesn't, but the ball comes clear. Handball over the top. Here he is again. He is everywhere. Could have got a free kick for a little push there. Good tackle applied. Wrapped him up. The umpire will have a close look. The ball's still in movement, and we'll have a throw up about 30 metres out from the Pennant Hills goal. As clouds come over and makes it just a little bit more easy to see the action. And wrapped up. It's going to be a good decision by the umpire there, Turner, in the ball almost landed without his knowing in Zickman's arms. He was tackled straight away. Smith tries to invent something going backwards, but it just puts a little bit of momentum going forward. One-on-one now for the Demons. Good work there by Irwin. He's got some support now. Right. Handball's over. Finds Shepherd. Shepherd gives it to Angel. This is how they got it in the forward line the last time. Got a player out here in the form there of Dunn. And he turns back inside. Goes forward and the turnover comes. While you're looking through those annals of Sydney AFL, Matty, how many times would have Pennant Hills played at Weldon Oval? Did they play here last year?
No, they didn't. They were scheduled to early in the season, but it was an absolutely torrential, similar to this week. We've had a lot of rain, and the game was moved to Mike Kenny Oval, and that was probably the first time that anyone really noticed Manly. They upset Pennant Hills in a very low-scoring affair.
Good kick by James Brain, going forward again for the Giants. And the mark is taken. I mention that because it may be a factor. I mean, it is a difficult ground to play, Weldon. It's
it
tucked
is.
away. But someone who's having no troubles playing with it at the moment is Braden Fowler. He comes in for another shot on goal. And beautifully struck, and Fowler gets another one. And the Giants, well, they go up by 51 points, in fact, 49 points. And, well, you can almost say it's all over. At half-time, I won't. But yeah, I was just thinking, you know, it's such a smaller ground. It's nowhere near the size of Mike Kenny, that's for sure.
No, it definitely suits the Manly style of play, shutting down the opponent's time with the ball. Lots of pressure. You see them flooding back in numbers. As you said earlier, a really well-drilled side under Lee Brain.
I mean, just little things like Kieran Wright on that far side. I mean, any other ground in Sydney, he'd be kicking the goal from 50 out.
Oh, most certainly. He loves the shot from outside 50 and generally pretty accurate.
On this occasion, I don't know if he just doesn't know the landmarks or how it is. But the other side of the margin, 8 goals, 6 leads, 5 behinds. And well, when you consider this is a grand final replay, it's certainly not playing out the way we expected. Kosh leads the player to the ball. Widmer on his tail, now wrapped up as the support comes. Good handball there from, it was Pedersen. Dished it out, and they're going forward again, the Giants. Look at this ball movement. They just find players, and they're streaking through the middle. And the bounce favours, that's Fowler again. And the umpire will say holding the ball on this occasion.
Really lucky there.
Oh, and that could be 50. Oh, I missed that one, I think. It may not have been intentional, but...
And he's made to come back behind the mark just to slow it all up. Playing nicely into the Giants' hand.
You can just see here, Matty, there's players on their own, but they're only 40 metres away. And once they start leading, they're 30 metres away. And it's just not the option. I think they just need to start trying to open up a little bit of space. I know it's a smaller ground. As they go forward, looking for Wales. The kick's turned over, though. Brain on the rebound from the Wolves. Sorry, the Giants. Bescheida, far side, 50 out. Pops it to the top of the square. Not a bad option. And look at this. Fowler flies.
Numbers everywhere. 3 on 2 in the forward line for the Giants there.
It was a good kick by Bescheida, knowing that they've got the towering Braden Fowler, and he just stood still. Straight vertical leap. And it's stuck. Time on in this second quarter. This to put the Giants 55 points ahead. The Demons are yet to score a goal.
It's really simple skill errors that are turning the ball over. Something that you don't expect.
Fowler's strike is a good one. And he's got it.
It's his fourth. Got a score update from the Campbelltown v North Shore match played at Monarch Oval this afternoon, half-time. The Campbelltown Blues are up 4-7-31 to North Shore 3-6-24, which is a bit of a surprise following last week's result for Campbelltown, who were absolutely thrashed by Western Suburbs.
I really do like this time of the year, Matty, when all your preconceived ideas of what's going to happen get thrown out the window. And, well, to coin a phrase, everything's possible. As the Giants go forward again. Wright attacks the football, just can't find the handle. Good work there from the Giants again, pushing it back. Ben Bow now, hands off. Stroud, too hot for him. Doubles back. Adiriwick Ramo attacking the football as we've seen him do. And the ball goes out of bounds. And it's going to be the names like Wright, Adiriwick Rama, even Delaquila, those sorts of names that are going to step up and try and get the Demons back into this contest. Oh, Wales had the option to really put his boot through that and quite rightly pulled out in the last minute. They go forward, the Demons. Under pressure, getting out of the pack there was Zigman. Tries to turn one way, goes the other. Delaquila has a shot on goal. How's this one going to bounce dreadfully for the Demons? Comes back, Moraes can't find a handle, but I think it was Preen who got it off the ground eventually. And finally, the Demons are on the board. And just put down the books now, Matty. Don't need to keep looking anymore. They've got a goal late in this second quarter.
Not entirely pretty, but they'll take anything at this stage.
We have a look here. It was good work by the Demons just to get the ball forward. Delaquila pushed it forward. The bounce just stood up almost straight. Came down. Raiders tried to get it off the deck, couldn't. Missed. Air swing, put that down on the card. And eventually, Preen got it through. And the Demons are on the board. Late in the second quarter. Opportunity again. Nixon it was, drives them forward, but another turnover. And they come out, the Giants. This one will be attacked and go out of bounds. For that coming. 24 minutes played, second quarter. Seems silly, but the margin reduced to 43 points. Once again, new run. Pedersen there, he's wrapped up. Good tackle by Parker. They go forward. Dirigrama going forward. Oh, good courage there from Angus Bunkle. And he gets up and goes again. It's the sort of stuff that lifts your team. If they need any lifting, Smith, his kick is smothered. Pushing through. Trying to find a way out of the Giants now. Comes across. That was Brain. He's troubled out of it, but they keep finding another option. Washington, good fly there. That was, see, that was there. All in behind the trees. And the umpire saw a free kick here. And a little bit of heat. Well, they know where to do it. Washington in there amongst it. Just
Washington threw his man to bring the first free kick, and then it saw the Pennant Hills Demons players defend their mate.
Probably not a bad thing for the Demons to just get a little bit of fire in the belly late in this second quarter.
Yeah, the last couple of minutes they have lifted a little bit.
Oh, unlikely mark there taken by Theo Moratis. Goes inside, finds Wales. Can't be long to go in this second quarter. Ideally like another one, just to get a bit of momentum. Comes out to Parker. He could be playing on. He's walked about 10 metres off the mark. He'll be in the middle centre square soon. Parker drives forward. Plenty fly. None bring it down. Moratis. Again, trying to find a way through this traffic. Comes out. Atkinson. Back in there it was. 19. As they go forward again, the Giants, they've got space. Have they got time? Short kick forward. Not taken. This is Fowler again. And he's got another one. That's 5, I make it. Maybe 6, Matty, before half-time.
Yeah, definitely 5. Potentially a 6.
Fantastic ball movement.
It's just their work rate. The turnovers, they just punish any turnover.
You see here the ball comes forward. I think that there was Wern that pushed it forward. And short kick. That found Fowler. Well, he's certainly got his kicking boots locked and loaded this afternoon. We're back in the centre. They go forward again, but the mark's taken on half back for the Demons. 27 minutes played. Shadows of half time. Forward again, big fly, but a good mark taken. Zickman goes inside, finds Wales. Wales has got Zickman again, decides to go forward. I'd like that. Get it up there, that's the only way you're going to score. They go forward, and the ball comes clear. Moratis is in there for the Demons. And they get it clear. Under pressure was Brain, and he was good under pressure. Brain again. Brother of pushes it forward. Kilpatrick perfectly weighted. Kilpatrick has one on the left. Decides to spot up looking for Fowler. Why wouldn't you? Pushing back there. And Irwin on his hammer. Fowler at ground level and the siren sounds. And as we go into half time, the margin 43 points in favour of the Manly Warringah Giants. The Pennant Hills Demons got their goal on the board, but there is a lot to do at half time for the Demons. 8 goals, 6, 54, and we think Fowler's kicked 5 of those at least. Whereas for the Demons, the only goal scored by Daniel Preen, who got the one off the deck to open their account on the goal side. Half-time here at Weldon Oval, 8-6, 54 the Giants. The Demons, 1 goal, 5-11. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in about 20 minutes' time. All the action from the second half. It's AFL Sydney, round 2, Giants v Demons.
Steam bath,
So just getting set. Just getting set for the second half here from Weldon Oval. The story so far, it's been all Manly Warringah Giants. They lead by 43 points as we go into the third term. Pennant Hills with just the single goal. 1 goal, 5-11. The Giants, well, mainly off the boot of Fowler, Braden Fowler. They lead 8-6, 54 margin, 43 points. And interesting to see what the Demons can come out with after half-time. Call as they were walking out on the ground was just chip away at it, boys, chip away at it. And I suppose that's all you can do when you're 43 points in arrears. So we're all set for the third quarter. And hope to bring you some updates from other games as well throughout the afternoon. Interesting forward setup for the Demons there, Matt, with just a big huddle right at centre-half forward. There's a name we haven't seen much. Matt Carey really hasn't had any impact at all on the game this afternoon. The man they call the King. And we're underway, third quarter here at Weldon Oval. And straight away, the Demons running off half-back there. Half forward, sorry, it's Goodall, and he's wrapped up in a tackle. Umpire, I'll say, holding the ball. So no leeway given at all. Tackle applied by the captain, Robertson. And the Giants go forward again. The kick over the head. Washington in the back, off his knees. Plenty of tack on this. Here comes Kilpatrick. Good work there. Nice left boot. Straight through the middle. Thank you very much. They can do no wrong, the Giants. And Kilpatrick has got them underway with a perler from the pocket.
Last year's Rod Podbury medalist for the best on ground in the grand final has given us a contender for goal of the year there.
A quick look at it. Ball comes in. Comes off Washington's hands there. And yet, for old money, you thought this was going over the boundary line. And Kilpatrick, what a goal. Straight through the middle. And
that is not what the Demons needed straight away.
If it hasn't been a long enough day already for the Demons to be on the receiving end of something like that, takes the wind out of the sails coming in after the half-time break. Ball goes up again. Attacking it there once again was Robertson. And the tackle applied. And we'll have a ball up on this occasion. A player down there in the middle. It's actually Garland. Just come off the worst in a centre wicket area. Up to his feet now. And the ruck for the Giants was Brassel. No one really advantaged. Goodall at the bottom of the pack trying to tunnel his way through as he is. And we'll have another ball up. It's a cracking goal by Kilpatrick to open up this quarter. Now the Demons done. Left foot trying to get something going forward. Goodall again. He looks like he's on a one-man mission to try and get the Demons back in the game.
I'm sure the Demons would have liked to have Goodall in the grand final side last year. He was travelling overseas for the grand final and missed out, and probably could have had a real impact on that game.
It's just poor planning, isn't it, Matt?
Very poor planning.
I'm sure it's for a
Not a lot of
wedding
confidence.
or
Not a lot of confidence in the team.
ball goes over the boundary line. They'll need a scoop to try and find that one. It's down in the long grass. It's a real lull here at Weldon, as if the game is already over and done with, and some could argue that it is. The margin, 49 points. Shepherd in the ruck there for the Demons. Coming away with it was Wales, trying to scrub it forward. Adiri Wigrama well down the ground. Couldn't find the handle. And just scrubby kick going forward. And the free kick's going to come. And it's going to go to Pennant Hills.
Cam Smith.
They come far and wide. Irwin. Wales is the target, too big for him. Goes over the back, falls beautifully for Carey. Carey with that trusty left boot, goes high and long. Not going to have the distance. How will it bounce? In there as well is Zickman for the Demons. Delaquilla with the bump. Just timed it well in between, behind the fir tree. Comes back out. Moratis goes inside, tackled well. That there was a fantastic tackle by the Giants. Once again, trying to work it through. Moratis again. Plenty of Giants now have converged, and they just scrub it on the boot to try and get out of the ground. In there is Robertson. Couldn't bring it down. And tracking the ball back, Bashada. Nice handball inside. And Behag, I think it was. In fact, no, it wasn't Behag. It's Atkinson wearing 35. And, well, they've swapped the flag over at half-time, Matty, and now we've got the premiership flag right in the pocket. Is that a ploy by the Giants?
I think this might be they've swapped them over. They've got the unveiling of the under-18s flag for the next game. So, obviously, flagpole number 1.
Brassel, get it going forward. Chopped off by the Demons. Trouble here for Moratis on the sideline.
Oh, great tackle.
And
Benbow.
Taken Adiri Wigrama out.
Benbow missed last year's grand final, had a foot injury which kept him out. Just shows the depth of the club.
Oh, and the show. Wants to go around on the bounce here. No. Yeah. I'm sorry, Gareth, but you used up all your tickets.
Certainly put the mocker on him there.
Widmer gives it off.
Ooh, solid hit.
And there could be something of it. He's come up a little angry. But Sam Widmer?
50-50 there. It was Benbow who put the hit on.
Don't mind a bit of that. Got to give us something in the game at the moment. Wales takes the mark inside the square. Leads are coming. Nothing on. They're just so tight in their back half, the Giants. Go forward again. There's an example of that. And good work in the end. I think that was Pearson. The ruckman pushing back.
Just too quick for his opponent, Zickman there.
6'8" with pace. Wales. Oh, he just didn't attack that football on that occasion. Didn't bend the back and get over it. He might get it back here, does Wales? He does. On the left boot, but nothing at home for the Demons. Ball comes out.
That's a
behind
Robertson
the trees.
in the pocket.
Over to you, Matty.
Lovely hit to Benbow.
The kick out into space. Beautiful bounce. I think this is Atkinson. Goes back to Robertson. And right behind the premiership flag. The Demons, they go through the middle. That's just a mark that should have been taken by Preen. Was so good last week, just couldn't bring it in.
Oh,
and they've made him pay the big twice. A great kick. It was Kilpatrick, was it? No. In the end, another one on the board for the Giants. And
Will's
very
Brassel.
much off the back of Daniel Preen error.
Gee, they've been punished today, Pennant Hills. Simple skill errors, Manly just make them pay time and time again.
And the interesting thing about that, Matt, is that's traditionally the Pennant Hills way.
Exactly right.
That they would make you make you pay for any mistakes.
Yeah, very unusual day. They were definitely up and about, ready for today's game, Pennant Hills, but just hasn't come together.
They're from Brassel in the ruck. They've clearly won the clearances this afternoon, the Giants. If I can get back his brain, just gets rid of his opponent. And Kilpatrick goes in and under another one. And he's just getting out of this one. Wales chops it off. Has to go back and get it. Nice little tap there. Was under pressure. Wales now with a chance to put it on out in the front, and he does so. And a good mark taken by Daniel Preen. So he has. You don't get many opportunities to right your wrong straight away, but Daniel Preen has that now and can go back and kick a goal. It was good work by Wales. I think it was Widmer that tapped the ball back into the play. Either way, it's now in the arms of Daniel Preen. Kicked a lot of goals last week and struck this well, but offline. And the minus score.
Another Demon youngster, played in the under-18 premiership side last year. I think we may have even given him best on ground.
The name certainly does ring a bell. What did he kick 5 last week? Matty, was that the...
I think he could have kicked 5 last week, and I think he kicked 5 in the grand final last year in the under-18s as well.
Average out over 2 games. Kicked 4 last week. Pennant Hills defeated the Sydney Hills Eagles.
I'll have to have a chat to my stats man there.
Yeah. Coming out of the truck. Near the earpiece. They go forward again. But this time chopped off by Wright. Wright gets it back, but unfortunately he's halfway down the lake. And we'll have a boundary throw in here. The Pennant Hills Demons defeated the Sydney Hills Eagles last week in a game that they seem to be in control of all day, but the Eagles came back at them late in the final quarter. And the Giants, well, they started off their season very, very well with a win over St George. Fowler kicked 5 in that game as well, so the odds are shortening on the leading goal kicker for 2014. Right through the middle, looking for Widmar. Just tried to put the one mid out, wasn't good enough. Levi Brain getting a lot of it. Parker over to Wright. Some of the veterans linking up there. Goes forward. Zickman couldn't find the mark. Tried the handball in the path of care. He couldn't find him. They go again, the Giants. Good mark taken by, it looked like Robertson there. Wasn't paid. Kilpatrick comes up with the ball. One out, but playing behind was Fowler. And well read by Ben Irwin.
Despite having 5 goals kicked on him already, Irwin, he actually hasn't been too bad.
He's kicked something. I mean, kicked 1 from a 50-metre penalty, which you hate that as a backman. But he's trying to read the play a bit better going forward now. Knows he can't match it with him in the air. As they turn it over again, the Demons, and the Giants go forward, and Washington takes the mark.
Deja vu. It's easy turnover, should have hit his target. Manly having a shot on goal. And for a majority of the time have kicked these as well.
Hayden Washington checks the wind. A little bit left to right, but probably not enough to speak of. Comes around on the arc, up and under. He's got the distance, and he's got the accuracy as Fowler just sees it through, and Washington gets another one on the ball for the home side. Margin out to 10 goals. Third quarter. And once again, it was a Pennant Hills mistake that opened it up for the Giants. And Washington finished it off beautifully.
Quick update from Monarch Oval, and North Shore have hit the lead. They lead 8-6-54 to Campbelltown 4-7-31 at three-quarter time.
Little lead.
Hoping to get their season on track after last week's defeat to Sydney Uni.
Widmer and Brassel do battle again. Goodall at the fall of the ball as he has been. Tries to get the handball out, can't do so. Goes again, gets it on the boot going forward. Out into space, and not a bad result in the context of the game.
He's been getting a bit of it, Goodall, but there's always a Manly player right on his tail, just giving him no time. A rare kick away for him then.
Comes in, the umpire's sent a free kick. He's called play on Pennant Hills. Idiriwick round with the ball, gives it back to Wales. They're stepping up a little bit now, the Demons. Wales's kick goes inside, sits well, nicely there for Angel, and he's swung it around the corner. In fact, it was Zickman. And not a bad little goal there in the end. Wales was good. And the Demons get another one on the board. See here, Diriwick gets it back, gives the handball off to Wales. The kick comes in and the bounce was perfect for Zickman. Just pushes off his opponent. Ball sits nicely for him and just throws on the right boot, sneaks it in the corner. And a good result for the Demons. So back in the middle, margin 54 points here at Weldon Oval. 13.5 gone in this third quarter, and the Giants straight out of the middle again. Off hands, didn't fall nicely for Washington. Once again, good work there from Irwin. He's got the ball clear. He finds Angel. Angel's kick is a scrubby looking kick. This comes off the side of the boot, lands us perfectly in the arms of Lachlan Kilpatrick. And he goes back at the left boot, puts it up for Washington. Fowler in the area as well. Couldn't get there. Shepherd sees it over the line. It's a testament to how much they think of Lloyd Shepherd. He's wearing the fame number 5 for the Demons, made famous, of course, by Alistair Richardson, who wore it for so long. Ball comes back in. The Henry umpire's having a little bit of trouble this afternoon, getting a bit of length on their throws. The sun comes out again here at Weldon Oval. It's a wonderful afternoon for football. Repack the umbrellas and the tarpaulins and grab the sunscreen and the hat. Washington up against Widmer. Washington actually wins this ruck, comes back down. I think it was Kilpatrick, might have been Pedersen. Goes forward and beautiful mark taken. That man again. And then on that occasion, just too strong for Ben Irwin. And Fowler will have a shot on goal for, I believe, might be number 6.
Looks like he's having a bit of a chat to Pennant Hills' James Dunn there, telling him how he's used his body quite nicely to grab the mark.
Comes in, makes the umpire work and makes it known. And Fowler gets another one on the board. Ball came from a boundary throw, and Washington brings this back in the way of play. The kick came in. And at the back there, Fowler just worked his way. Irwin had no balance to affect the spoil. And Fowler, he kicks another one. Back in the middle now. 16 minutes in this third quarter. Again, the clearance comes for the Giants. They've just got players all around the ground. They are sending a warning out straight away that they are up for the defence of their title. Ball comes out. Peter Barnes with the ball. Haven't seen a lot of him this afternoon.
Another
Carey.
Quiet.
Umpire's saying a free kick here. He's going to pay 50, so
Fair call, I think.
if there's anything that wants to get Matt Carey back in the game, give him a nice kick from about 55. Oh, 45.
Another one who was out last week and probably showing at this stage he could be a little bit underdone.
He's been dogged by injuries over his career, but former Phelan medalist. And great servant for the Pennant Hills Football Club, Matt Carey. Trusty boot. And that is no different. The beautiful left boot from Matt Carey gets another one on the board. And the margin back to 54 points. He's been quiet this afternoon, not his dominant self, Matt Carey. Chips in with a goal. 12-6-78, 3-6-24. Approaching the 18-minute mark of this third term. Ball comes down, attacking the football. Geez, I've liked Kilpatrick's game this afternoon, Matt. Just been attacking the football so well. And the mark taken by, that was Shepherd. Didn't realise he'd taken the mark. Played on quickly. It's worked out all right, though. Now in the arms there of Zickman. Wants to come back inside. Edmonds. He's got Carey on the lead. It's gone now. Angel provides as well. Decide to go far side. Want to work it with the short kicks. That's a good little chiseler through. Smith finds Carey eventually. Looks up. Nothing on offer at the moment.
I have to say, almost the best passage of play for the game so far.
Just maintain possession.
That's right.
Turn it over in their forward 50. And this is what the Giants do. They make you pay on the rebound. Ben Bow turned his back and was ready to run onto that one. Didn't realise it was his intended target. And he's done well at ground level. Pops it back up. Another one in there for Garland. That's a throw, but the umpire didn't see it. And this one will be wrapped up. We'll have a ball up right on the point of the square going forward for the Giants. 19.5 minutes played, third term. For Garland in the ruck. Unlikely up against David Smith. And now the Demons, Angel couldn't find the handle. That's a free kick. And it'll come back.
This is within range for Stroud. He's got a long kick. Sets him up generally from the back line.
Not entertaining any other idea but to have a shot, David Stroud. Breeze just a little bit left to right. Oh, he likes it off the boot, hasn't got the distance. And touched over the line. There was a little bit of a premature adjudication from the crowd.
Didn't quite connect all that well there. Bit of a helicopter.
Demons go straight down the middle. Once again, they've found a little bit of space. Goodall just can't find the handle. Angel works back inside to Nixon. Once again, the ball hits the deck and the turnover comes. They go forward. Washington with the set. So does, that was Stroud. Sorry, not Stroud, Shepherd. Side of the ledger, and Shepherd now with a big left boot. Carey in the area, as is Adiri Wickrama, and the umpire sent a free kick here, high contact against Carey. So we've seen glimpses, Matt, of what Pennant Hills are capable of, but just falling down at crucial moments.
Yeah, glimpses being the key word there. Just haven't been able to really maintain the football. The pressure's just unrelenting.
There's a bigger desire from the Manly Warringah Giants. Robertson could have been almost paid. Umpire said play on. Comes out. Ben Bow tries to push it in front of him. Wrapped up in the tackle there is Hare, and the umpire lets it play. Parker as well in there. Ball comes out again. They've got to start going forward. Wales, he does that. Puts on the afterburners, gets clear, throws it out, and
stayed in. Kosh now has the ball deep in the back line.
Good at this, Matt.
I'm not sure about that.
Comes forward. Brain. His kick inside is a good one. Finds Levi Brain. So linking up well. Off hands. Parker just too slow with the disposal. And Hawkins for the Giants gets the ball inside. Once again, Brain getting some space and running onto it. Good work here. They just want to attack the football. Turnover comes. Wants to ride the tackle. Lucky to get the contact high. There's Nixon. Almost like he didn't know what to do with it, so just braced himself for the tackle. Now they're out. Smith. Through the middle. Big fist up there from Goodall. Couldn't bring it down. Sits on the deck. Nice little touch forward. Adiri Wigrama good at ground level. They go forward. The Demons just did not read that as well at all. It was Preen. And might be just finding a little bit of the pace.
This is your man Kilpatrick.
He has been everywhere this afternoon. Ben Bow. Goes long now. Kick and hope. Big fist up there from Nixon. Probably could have taken the mark. And the ball wrapped up again.
Free kick.
3.5 minutes. It's going to Pennant Hills. 23.5 minutes played in this third term. Really been no change in the flow of the game. And really from the outset, it's been all Giants. Robertson, the captain, go back and kick the goal. Mark right on 50. Breeze at his tail. He wants something to come forward. Taking up his entire allotted time. Now he goes short and turns it over. And the Demons through Parker. Parker wants to find something in the middle. Found Wales. He's stepped up in this second half. Kick out in front of Widmer. Nice sit for him. Just quickly throws it on the boot. Carey with it all in front of him. Got two to beat, and he's got a boundary line to beat. And it's the boundary line that wins out.
Well, the boundary umpire makes his way around. Campbelltown have kicked the first three of the last quarter at Monarch and are back within 5 points. So it looks like going to be a tight one there.
We can't get there in time.
Going to be closer than here, I think.
Keep you posted on that one. Widmer now tries to get the ball over the back. Adiri Wigrama now with a bit of skill at ground level. Just chips it up. Good, finds Smith. Smith sees something he likes. Goes quickly. Carey. The kick is dreadful. And I missed the target by 20 metres, I reckon, Matt.
Really sums up their day.
And Brain. You have to say in line for a few Field and Medal votes today is Brain.
Yeah, his attack of the football is so hard. Just head over the ball. Probably why he went so well down the sandful.
Oh, here he is again, Kilpatrick. Just in the right space and the right time. Nice 70-metre kick to get them inside 50. They really want to rub that premiership flag in our face, don't they? Doesn't get better than that. Deep in the forward line for the Manly Warringah Giants. Sting really gone out of this game. If they were going to do anything to Demons, they needed to come out in the second half. And the shortest siren known to man has gone to signal three-quarter time here at Weldon Oval. And in a quarter that really didn't present much at all, the margin still remains at 55 points. The Giants 12-7-79. The Demons able to get a few on the board, but they trail 3-6-24. And the grand final replay looks like it's going to go as it finished in 2013, but the margin much greater here at Weldon Oval. So at three-quarter time, it is the Giants by 55 points. We'll take a break. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes' time for all the action from the final quarter. It's AFL Sydney Live coming to you from Weldon Park. All set here at Weldon Oval for this final term of this this round 2 clash between the Manly Warringah Giants and the Pennant Hills Demons. As I said earlier, prelude to the AFL fixture tomorrow afternoon, where the Giants and the Demons will meet again. And we're underway in the final quarter. And it's Manly by 55 points. They go forward again. Wern goes forward. The free kick comes. And Fowler as well. Just turn you back on there, Matt. Fowler played that well too. The contact was there, but I think the turn would be accentuated. And he's kicked some goals early in the quarters. I think that's to be the third term of the game where he's kicked one within a minute. And sorry, Braden. Put this one out in the full. And the Demons will look to set up. Goodall was the target there, but Brain chops it off. Talk to the Manly side, get a few brush cutters down here, take a couple of minutes as Braden Fowler takes the mark, and he's not going to be paid. We'll call that even, I suppose, Matt. We used to have a signal when we were watching footy. That was the almost like a 4 signal. It's just called the square up. Smooth that one over and get the ledger going. Talk amongst yourselves whilst we play in the trees. Ball comes forward again. Fowler's just been absolutely murdered. It was Wright that came over the top, made sure he had no piece of it. In the end, it's gone through for a behind. 12-8. A very different score to what's on the board there. Missed a few. He's close to the break, mate. We'll go with what the scoreboard says. I think they might have missed that point like that. And the kick comes out. Pennant Hills could almost coughed it up. Has to turn quickly. Delaquila hands it over to Nixon. And they push forward again. And the ball trickles over the boundary line. Scoreboard at the ground here has 14-8 playing 3-6 or 14-7. We'll give them a bit of leeway for the last behind. Wales chips forward looking for Carey. The bounce didn't favour him. Adiri Grama in chase, couldn't get there. They've got numbers here though, Pennant Hills. Comes to the deck. Parker in there, trying to assert himself in the game. Wales, it's been good for Demons so far, probably their best on ground in this second half. And the umpire will come in and ball this one up. Ball comes down. Wales again tries to get the quick handball away. Falls for Pedersen. Pedersen scrubs one forward. In there as well. Good tackle applied. Kieran Wright now with the ball. Looks up. Not a lot on offer. Goes to space. And filling that space was Barnes. Couldn't get the mark. The kick comes now from Bushida. Going inside. Oh, good effort there from Kilpatrick. Hit the ground hard. The ball goes over the boundary line. Another boundary throw in far side here at Weldon Oval. 2:23 lines up. Washington for the Demons. Washington for the Giants. Preen for the Demons. Parker in there, just gets it up, trying to get the ball out of the area. Sits nicely for Nixon. He is tackled over the boundary line. And we'll have another boundary throw in, far side.
Another Premier Division result in, and St George have defeated UTS. Full-time score was 14-8 to 12-5. So a tight game out at Olds Park.
That's good. That gets St George underway in 2014. It was Manly who defeated St George last week in the first game of the season. And good work there from Adiri-Wigrama. Troubled out of it was Barnes. And now they're away, the Demons. Parker drops the chest mark. Can't get the handle a second time around too. So just nothing going right for the Demons. Worrying signs. And they go forward again. Parker troubled out of it. They just get it and scrub it forward. The inverse reverse torp sails over Adiri-Wigrama's head. In there again was Zickman. Had a little bit of it today. Warringah pops it up to Delaquila. Delaquila goes inside. Good work there by the defender in Jack Lynch. But just a little bit of pace there. Shepherd, indiscriminate kick going forward. Over the back. Ben Bow does the shepherding. In there. That was Pearson. They haven't had a bad game. They've had a shot on goal in the meantime for just a minor score.
I believe we're getting some updates for the scoreboard shortly.
Might have been in the canteen line. The scorer. Good afternoon down here at Weldon Oval. Of course, they've unfurled the premiership flag from 2013. You can see it right there in the middle of the shot. And to continue the tradition, the game following this, they'll be unfurling another one. It was an outstanding year for the Manly Warringah Football Club in 2013. And the way it looks at the moment, they are on track for another one in 2014. Robertson turns inside, gets rid of his player as quickly as you can like, and they go forward again over the back of Fowler's head. And mopping up for the Demons was Preen.
We've thrown Preen back.
Looks like they've just said, go and learn a little bit, Daniel. And he's now playing a defensive role. Parker chips over. Wales will have a shot on goal. Left boot. And it's hit the post. 14-8. We missed a couple of goals in that third term. Perch tie up above Weldon Oval here. 14-8 plays 3-8. The margin 66 points. And that's not going to win any awards, that kick. Almost bent it back. But, out of bounds on the full. And Cam Smith for the Demons will take the kick, and that's... yeah.
I genuinely think he didn't know what he was doing there.
It's an interesting one, though, mate. I mean, it's upon him to know what's going on, I suppose. Frank, he just...
Probably lucky, yeah, not to get a 50 played against him.
Smith kicks the ball in eventually. And tries to find right. It looks like they've pushed right up forward as well. So just mixing it up now, the Demons, which I don't mind. They've got to get something out of games like this, and if it means just working some players into different positions, then so be it. Delaquila pushing through. Carey, big quick handball, but he turns it straight over and then drops the head and stops running. Very uncharacteristic of a Pennant Hills Demons player. And they'll have a look at that on the video during the week. Angel turns, goes back through the middle, sets a task for Parker. Floats over his head. In there again was Shepherd. He looks a lot like Alistair Richardson at times too.
Yeah, it certainly does.
As the Demons go forward, I nearly called him Richardson just then. Which would have been a really silly thing to do. As the ball goes over the boundary line, far side. 8.5 played in this final term. Giants by 66 points. I've already heard that North Shore got up over Campbelltown in what turned out to be a thriller. Adiri-Wigrama on the left boot. Didn't give it enough height, and tipping it over the bar, but taking it on the chest. The goalkeeper for the Giants. James Brain with the ball. Numbers inside. Johnston goes laterally. Bunkle. His kick, not a great one. Trying to get something going there was Teddy Widmer. And they've got so much around this. Kosh, who was so good in last year's grand final, hasn't been called upon too much this afternoon. Ball goes over, just lands in Fowler's hands, swings around, and puts it out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, Kosh was a real revelation last year. He's very much unknown and just repelled that many forward, decent forwards with big names in the Premier Division. Nephew of the one and only David Kosh.
Port Adelaide chairman.
Not sure what his thoughts would have been on the name change.
David's been actually, to be told, David Kosh has been a very good supporter of the Giants in Sydney, and of course some interesting byplay with the #1 ticket holder at the Giants in
Melissa Doyle.
Melissa Doyle.
Yeah.
So it is good to have high-profile people like that based in the Sydney market, giving this great game of AFL a push. And as I say, that David Kosh, a very good supporter of the expansion teams, and in particular the Giants, into the AFL. And
I think he presented the Bendigo Bank Cup trophy last year between Manly and North Shore.
timely you should bring that up, Matt, as they will play off again next week. And as Fowler takes another mark, he'll almost be kicking from behind the point post for this one. Next week, it is the Bendigo Bank Cup again, as Fowler just laconically throws this through the middle.
Too easy.
And that would be about his 7th or 8th. Have to check the papers during the week to find out exactly how many. Come back, yes, the Bendigo Bank Cup will be played out at Gore Oval next week between the Manly Warringah Giants and the North Shore Bombers. And that will be our AFL Sydney Live match of the week. And that should be a good one. Always very interesting. We covered that game here last year, and there was a lot of feeling in the game.
As the winner was to be minor premiers. Feel medal was decided between.
It was really a crossroads, wasn't it? It was, you know,
yeah, it was.
North Shore went from being minor premiers to being bundled out of the finals in straight sets. Get into that and play fair as Pearson puts it high and almost brought down. Smith trying to bundle his way through. Brain was the tackler. Once again, getting through there is Edmonds for the Demons. The umpire had a close look and ball this one up. Yes, it was a very disappointing end of the season for North Shore last year. Pennant Hills, on the other hand, they go out to Village Green in round 3. They take on the University of New South Wales Eastern Suburbs Bulldogs. And that should be a willing affair too, with Pennant Hills, well,
last year's elimination final, a replay of that.
And Pennant Hills will need to find something on the track during the week, because they have been outplayed in every aspect of the game this afternoon. Brain, the inside kick, trying to find Fowler. Well, he's going to do it one way, do it another way. He'll have another shot here. Might have been high. Umpire says play on. Parker wrapped up in the tackle. Goes a few to the midriff, pretending to handball the ball there. Did Parker. And just a minor score in the end. Saying before, I do like this time of the year when everything's unpredictable. Some teams, traditional slow starters. You have to say you wouldn't write off the Pennant Hills Demons, and you never do write off the Demons. They just seem to find something when they need to.
Yeah, they've been widely tipped by opposition teams and the AFL Sydney panel of experts to be the top side this year. So bit of egg on faces early, but long season.
I must have misplaced my invite to the panel, Matt. That wasn't
expert. You missed the word.
Oh right, yeah.
And Manly certainly put egg on faces last year. I think
we had 40 people on that panel. What are they? A panel of experts in Sydney AFL? Wales comes through the middle.
Yeah, last year, even the most staunchest Manly supporter wouldn't have predicted what occurred. And
I remember talking to a board member of the Manly. They wanted to just make sure that they were competitive.
Win a few games here and there. They've all come out of the woodwork now, though. Oh!
As Diri Wikrama flies, gets his own ball off the deck, has a shot at goal. Offline.
It's not their day today. That would be something that Dairy Rama would eat up normally.
72 points the margin.
Yeah, great day today for Manly. Harry Marston, the founder of the Manly Warringah Wolves, as they were known, had the honour of unveiling the Premier Division Premiership flag. So obviously they're all up and about today. And yeah, I know it was Harry's birthday on grand final day last year, and I don't think there would have been a more happy person in the state.
The stories you love to hear in footy. Yeah. My father was very, very ill at the time and was able to see an Eagles grand final, an Eagles premiership, and similarly so. I think that's what Harry said before the game, is that it's the only reason you play football, and it's when it comes, you've got to enjoy it. And he certainly did, and gave the speech before the game this afternoon. As, strangely enough, another shot on goal from Fowler.
We've lost count, but I'm sure if he bags the 10,
he'll know about it. Fowler gets another one on the board. She's been a revelation this afternoon.
I think we have a new favourite, clear-cut favourite for the Stan Milton Trophy winner, being the Premier Division leading goal kicker. And if Manly keep up this form, Braden stays fit, he'll be very hard to run down.
We saw North Shore last week, Matt, and struggling to find a defender that can go with him in the Bendigo Bank Cup next week. It's going to be one to watch.
Yeah, you'd probably look to your Ron Wasons to try and nullify him somewhat. They'll certainly have their work cut out for them.
It's been the shining light amongst many shining lights this afternoon for the Giants. Angel on the right boot, looking for Carey. The ball bounces over everybody's head. Brassel couldn't find the handle. Shot on goal there from Zickman. And right on the last line of defence, the Garland mops up for the Giants. And the ball's gone over the boundary line. Yeah, and as you say, you bring an Armitage back into this side, and a couple of others as well that are not present this afternoon. And you've got one top-notch AFL Sydney team.
It could prove very hard to beat. They did have a
shot on goal from Zickman is a nice one. He gets that through. Consolation one.
Manly did go, I think it was a stretch of 40-odd games undefeated in their senior side, spanning across 3 seasons, and finally lost here to Western Suburbs last year. But the way they're looking now, and finished off this last year, they're probably up to about 12 or so wins now, I'd suggest, and well, could be a good stretch again.
Well, we were talking in the break there that really it's going to be interesting, that game, that return game, when at the moment early form says that the game's going to be Manly Warringah Western Suburbs, and that one won't occur till round 9, and we'll be able to pick an oval too, so interesting to see how the teams travel between now and then. Pennant Hills go forward again off the boot of Wales. Wright, who's pushed forward in this final term, and Kosh puts him in the figure 4 arm lock.
Textbook tackle there.
But wrapped the legs around him too once they hit the deck. He was going nowhere. Umpire's seen a free kick here. It's going to Pennant Hills. It's going to be a push out, and it'll be, it's going to go to Widmer. Widmer seems to want to sort of wander away and not take the kick. Surely it's going to Widmer. No one wants to take the kick now at the moment. Widmer was trying to walk. He knew it was his kick. He was trying to just wander away from the area. But no one else stepped up to take the kick. No one wants it.
Goodall did sidle up slightly, but
they turned around. Teddy Widmer. Sorry, not Teddy. Well, they're saying Sammy Widmer comes in. Measured kick. Was it ever in doubt, Matt? And Widmer gets another one on the board for the Demons. And the margin is 66 points.
Kicking like that,
Oh,
he'll be stepping up to the plate every week.
it was quite comical to watch. He just sort of knew it was his free kick. It was a ruck contest. He was in the ruck. Just sort of wanted to try and wander away sheepishly. End of time on, final quarter here. It's been the grand final rematch, but it's not the one that we were expecting. It's the Giants, the Manly Warringah Giants, the newly monikered Manly Warringah Giants. Been in charge since the first siren. And just playing the game out now. There's a little bit going on in the middle. Good all the protagonist. All up again. Secondary in the middle of Weldon Oval, and Frank just seems to find one when those little tips come off. Pearson. Just, and just the ruck in there. It was done. Angel bumped into the path of the football. Couldn't get it clear though. And nice slick hands. Comes back to Kilpatrick. I don't give them, but I'd give 3 to him this afternoon. I know, you know, Fowler's probably kicked 13, but I like the good hard work. And it goes forward again.
Benbow just all on his own in the forward pocket.
Triple teaming, in fact they're not. I was going to say they're triple teaming Fowler, but he's just relaxing in the goal square. Benbow. Kick comes through straight as a rule, and Benbow gets another one on the board for the Giants. I was double checking myself there, and the margin goes out to 72 points. 17,911, 5,939 if we were playing cricket. If you haven't one leg in the air for a while, it's 111. It's been all Giants this afternoon here at Weldon Oval. The weather's held out, which has been good.
There would have been some doubt over this game yesterday, but perfect day for football. Not sure what we're worried about.
As Delaquila drives through, the little wobbly torpedo punt forward, 80-metre kick, finds Wright. Wright's tackled and rewarded. Here's Thomas Thurgarland.
Best on ground last week. He's been a bit quieter today, but probably hasn't had to do a lot off the halfback.
They've just been a well-oiled machine. They are but one, the back line of the Giants. Robertson.
Three-time club best and fairest, Robertson, the Marston medal. Last year won by a significant amount of votes. Fumbles.
By a significant amount of votes, although Armitage won the Phelan medal.
Armitage finished third, I believe, in the club best and fairest.
So flashy forwards, Matt.
Yeah, he's certainly flashy, I'll give him that. It's a real X factor.
They go forward.
Be a good recruit.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As they go forward, but turned it over now. James Brain inside to Wern. Wern will be kicking from outside 50, decides to go short. That goes 15.2 and lands in the arms of Jack Lynch. Haven't seen much of Jack Lynch this afternoon.
No, very quiet.
Very handy player for the Giants. Not confident on the kick.
Talking about Western Suburbs before, they've played the Sydney Hills Eagles this afternoon, and probably a bit closer than what we may have thought, as Lynch
just slots
bombs. And Western Suburbs.
Sorry, mate. Just Fowler kicking the ball back, just dropped a barrel. It's landed in the centre circle. Fun here at Weldon. Sorry, mate.
Yes, where were we? Sydney Hills Eagles. Probably got a bit closer than we may have thought. So West were 10-12-72. Sydney Hills Eagles 5-12-42. So early season form, hard to read at this stage, but next few weeks we'll get a much better idea on who are the teams to beat this year, outside of Manly, obviously.
I'll put one in the column of Manly at the moment. They've been dominant this afternoon. 25 minutes played. Big tackle applied by Ben Bow. Oh, the umpires. Too rough. As the Demons go forward again. And once again the turnover. Besheiter. His kick finds Atkinson. Atkinson inside, sees Ben Bow, but the kick was offline. Chopped off by Preen, playing in the back line now. His kick now. Pearson tracking this one back. Thurgarland gives it off, gets it back. That's the Thurgarland we saw so much of last year. Drives it forward, found a player all on his own. And
He's looking for Fowler, I think.
Fowler got the sort of boots on, the old orange on one side, white on the other. But the turnover, well, the kick through comes through now to Ben Bow.
Very similar position to a few minutes back where he kicked a goal.
Just when they do it, they just do it so easily. And Pennant Hills have just had all sorts of trouble trying to contain the run of the Giants. And Gareth Benbow slots another one.
The juggernaut rolls on. It's an amazing story. Division 1 premiers back-to-back in 2011, 2012. Fairy tale last year. We bang on about it, but unbelievable. I believe it was the second time in AFL history within Australia, obviously, that a team had gone to the highest league and won a flag in their first year. I think the year before it happened in Adelaide. I'm reliably informed. So, yeah, amazing effort, and there's no stopping them at the moment.
They put together a very good side and some very good contributors all over the park. Kick forward from Levi Brain, has had plenty of it this afternoon. Besheiter gives it back. And the kick over too easy. They've just got players everywhere. Just get the feeling the queue is in the rat. And once again, the Giants doing it at will, and Robertson takes the mark, and the captain will have a shot. Kick from about 40 out, right in front.
This will be, if he kicks it, of course, his second or third today. So, kicked 40 last year. Making a good start. He kicked a couple last week.
Oh, chopper. Oh, good pass. Dish off. And it'll be Pearson.
Sure, that's where he was aiming.
Yeah. Saw the lead.
Doing the team thing as a captain.
Daniel Pearson kicks the goal, and they like it.
It's a popular goal.
You get the feeling he doesn't kick many. They come from everywhere.
Poor old Fowler's kicked 7 or 8. Kilpatrick's down there.
Kilpatrick didn't get the memo. He's made the late dash to get forward and give him a high five.
Fowler's kicked 7 or 8 and he's got to cheer himself, give himself a high five. Pearson kicks 1 and they're all around him.
What are you going to do in the town? 20 goals now kicked by the Giants. 29, 129. The Demons 5-9, 39, 28, nearly 29 minutes played in this final term.
Just about done here.
Can't be too far off. And Pearson does the ruck work. He's in everything at the moment. And once again, Besheiter is dispossessed. Pennant Hills. They'll need to regroup after this afternoon. And good tackle applied. Brain was good enough to get it clear. Now he applies the tackle to James Brain, and the umpire will come in and ball it up. The longer quarters in Sydney AFL footy, 29.5 played so far. Wales trying to invent something, couldn't get it around the corner. And Tackle applied, ball goes out of bounds.
Also thrown out there by Robertson, straight over the boundary.
Would never question Cole Huggins on the timekeeper's table. You could press the button now and no one would argue, Cole. As they go forward, off the boot.
Great body by Kosh.
There it is. It's been a comprehensive win to the home side in the Manly Warringah Giants here at Weldon Oval. They led from the get-go and never took the foot off the pedal. In the end, they kicked 20 goals, 9, 129. The Demons, they were only able to manage 5 goals, 9, 39. And in the end, the margin, 90 points in this grand final replay. It's been absolutely all Giants here at Weldon Oval. And their season is well off to a good start. And their title defence, well, it's certainly right up there. They've sent a message out to the rest of the competition that they're here again and they're ready to take on the best that they can take on. Matty, your final words on this one?
Well, 20 goals, 9. Manly just dominant. Going to be very, very hard to beat this year. Obviously play small grounds and big grounds both well. So it goes. Unbackable favourites for back-to-back flags right now.
They've stamped their authority on the competition already in round 2 of the AFL Sydney competition. The final wash-up, the Manly Warringah Giants finished with 20 goals, 9, 129. The Pennant Hills Demon, 5, 9, 39. The margin, 90 points. And next week, join us again in the AFL Sydney live match of the round as we head out to Gore Hill to see Manly Warringah once again, this time in the Bendigo Bank Cup as they take on North Shore. In the meantime, enjoy your week and join us back here on the AFL Sydney Match of the Week.